don't laugh, you guys don't laugh, don't laugh.
We will not laugh.
Yeah.
Totally make sure that you're not.
Who is it?
I think you're me. Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is a presentation on and an overview of essential leadership skills for teachers, highlighting the principles and practices that enable educators to guide and inspire their students effectively. All right, so right off the bat, before we begin, I want you to take that sticky note and write down what you believe to be characteristics of an effective leader. What does that mean to you? I'll give you just about 1 minute. What you believe to be characteristics of an effective leader. Okay, and turn your sticky note over when you're done, so then you're done. All right, now discuss with the people around you. What did you come up with?
I wrote down consistency, routines, that also goes with consistency. Management needs helpful and being a team player.
I say goal-oriented, efficient, flexible, and then my other one is gonna be communication.
I feel like fairness is really important.
Yeah.
Leadership goals, as well as high expectations for themselves and others.
Focused, organized, kind, understanding, thorough. All right, is there anybody that is willing to share?
I'll share.
Thank you.
I wrote consistency, routines, management, helpful, and being a team player.
Did you guys have a lot of the same?
Goal-oriented, efficient, flexible, and good communication skills.
Absolutely. So that communication part is huge, right? That's what I heard amongst most of you saying, communication. So here's what we came up with. Characteristics of effective leaders, a lot of you guys had these in there. So integrity, leaders are ethical and trustworthy, acting with that honesty and they're being transparent with you. Accountability, they're taking their ownership of their actions and responsible for the outcomes. Resilience, leaders remain optimistic and adaptable in the face of challenges. And growth mindset, they embrace continuous learning and seek opportunities to improve. Okay? These are just some of the characteristics of an effective leader. And then defining leadership. Leadership is the ability to influence others towards achieving a common goal. So visionary leaders articulate a clear vision of the future and inspire others to work towards it. Communicative, they effectively communicate their ideas and motivate others. And then collaborative, leaders encourage teamwork and foster a sense of shared responsibility. Empathetic, they understand and respond to the needs and perspectives of others. Okay? And then here's a little video to show you. And I want you to watch a little bit.
The real job of a leader is not about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in our charge. When we're junior, our only responsibility is to be good at our jobs. That's all we really have to do. And if you're good at your job, they'll promote you. And at some point, you'll get promoted to a position where we're now responsible for the people who do the job we used to do, but nobody shows us how to do that. We have to go through this transition of being responsible for the job and then turning into somebody who's now responsible for the people who are responsible for the job. We all have the capacity to be a leader. Doesn't mean everybody should be a leader, and it doesn't mean everybody wants to be a leader. And the reason is because it comes at great personal sacrifice. Remember, you're not in charge, you're responsible for those in your charge. The real job of a leader is not about being in charge.
Just keep replaying it. Takeaways from that video. I love what he says at the end, that you're not responsible of being in charge of the people, but you're responsible, how did he word that?
For in your charge.
In your charge,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, what do you
I think a big piece of being a leader is, helping guiding those around you rather than telling other people what to do. That's kinda what I got from that.
Yeah. Exactly. That like you shouldn't be there just to boss everybody around, you should be working as a team versus, yes, you're in charge, you're the ones calling the shots, but at the same time, like you have to work with those people. It's kind of what I took away from it too. And then do you agree with what he said, why or why not?
I do, I think that's huge for the people around you to like, if you want them to be on your team and you want them to be part of your vision, you have to be open and flexible and be willing to listen to how they feel and what their feelings are. It doesn't feel good for somebody to come in and just say like, here's what you're doing, this is how we're doing it. Like, if you think of our meetings, even in our staff meetings, it's very open, there's a lot of communication, there's discussion about which ways to do it. We vote sometimes on how to do things. So that you feel much more part of the group, I feel like, when you have a voice. And I think that's really
And I
important.
think as the leader too, you have to be very willing to put aside your thoughts and your beliefs and be able to see other people's points of view, because obviously there's going to be a mix of lots of different feelings, and you have to be able to put yourself in shoes of other people. All right. Effective communication, we all talked about how that is essential for building that trust and inspiring action. Okay, so the active listening, paying attention to others' perspectives, clear and concise communication, expressing the ideas effectively, and constructive feedback, providing guidance and support to help others. So making sure that they're comfortable sharing what they think and feel. Decision making and problem solving. Leaders make informed decisions and resolve the problems effectively, ensuring a positive outcome for all stakeholders. Okay. So they analyze the situation, they gather the information, identify the root of the problem. Then they generate the options, explore different solutions, and consider the potential outcomes. Evaluate our alternatives. Okay. They assess the pros and cons. Then they make the decision, choose the best decision based on a careful analysis, and implement and monitor, put the plans into action, and progress that, and track its progress. Okay, and then obviously they're gonna have to make adjustments. Let's take a break. Okay, we're gonna skip that. All right. Motivating and inspiring others, okay? So motivating others to work towards a common goal. I think this is huge as a leadership. You have to have everybody on board to make those adjustments that you need in your school. So acknowledging the achievements and express gratitude for the contributions. You can't just come in and have somebody, telling you that, oh, this is what we need to work on, this is everything we need to improve. You need to acknowledge the things that you've already done well. Growth opportunities, and then provide those opportunities for professional development and advancement, and meaningful work connect tasks to a larger purpose and emphasize the impact of their efforts. Developing leadership potential. So leadership is not a fixed trait, but a skill that can be developed through continuous learning and self-reflection. And as the guy said in the video, that not everybody wants to be a leader, but everybody, has the ability to be a leader. It's just not everybody necessarily wants to do that. So self-awareness, identify your strengths and weaknesses and values. Mentorship and coaching. I think we've been really lucky at our school to have that coaching positions with us. To seek guidance from their experience and learn from their expertise. And then continuous learning, engage in a professional development activity and expand your knowledge. Practice and application, apply the leadership principles in real world situations and refine your skills. All right, one more discussion with the people at your table. Can you recall a situation where you sought advice from a mentor gained valuable insights and later passed on that knowledge by helping a colleague with a similar issue. So because, could be something very simple.
Honestly, just like a teaching in that role, right? Like, especially as you're coming in as a new teacher, like, there are so many times in my first couple of years where
the coaches
I had to
Yeah.
go
school and
talk to my
um,
co-teacher
we would
or
teach
mentor or
lessons and maybe
someone
the
that
teachers couldn't see
had
it,
that
the teachers
knowledge that I
partners.
had.
But then I would watch it or
And
whatever,
now,
take it to my partner
like,
teachers
because I
and
share that,
share that information
now
with
I'm
them.
able to share that with my
Better
other
strategies
teachers
for
or,
teaching.
you know,
Yep,
team
I was thinking
members.
of last
Yeah,
week when
and
we
it's
met with
such a cool feeling,
Kayla.
honestly. And I think I learned a lot
She
from
helped
that.
us come up with like
Originally
a
with my
standards-based
mentors.
Excel sheet for every kid, so we could start tracking
Yeah.
and
Not
get
only did
better
it
at
like a lot of their knowledge, but
tracking
might
data
have been
and
that
progress,
position myself, and I
and
think it was a good job.
so it helped with our standards-based grade, cause I had a lot of
Back to
anxiety about that,
student
so then, and then we're able to
Kari
go
had
help
taught for
other
like
people
35
share that
years,
sheet.
So she had a lot of insight.
And then Bridget
And
helped us
so it
with
was
the
really
writing
fun to learn
piece, so
from
giving
her,
us
and
like
there's things
a
that we
weekly
do
outline
do
Yeah.
that
of
she
like,
did.
here's what you could
But
do
there's
for
also some things
informational
I
writing
didn't
or
do. She was
whatever,
very
so
old school.
that just helped
But it was still fun to learn from her and help
learn
her
from
guide
each other,
me,
and then we could spread out and
then
share
I
with
move on
other
to me having
teachers that
student
wanted to
teaching,
use
how
that.
I did things
Yeah,
like
at our grade
that
level
way,
meeting,
you know,
we
and
got a lot of
it's really
ways
fun to
different
kind of
stuff.
pass
Yes.
it forward and learn together.
And that's how we all learn, I feel like,
Hopefully
sharing all the information that we learn from other people
I
and,
think I learned more from other teachers and still college.
yeah, right?
Like I say it and I repeat it, like it's the same, some of the same routines.
Alright, does anybody have something that they wanted to share that they shared with their group?
Are we gonna go ahead? We talked a lot about how we learn obviously from other people, whether it's like grade level meetings or sitting down with like the coaches. When they teach us things, then we share it with like our teacher partners or the next grade or other first grade or second grade teachers.
Passing
in the
down
district.
that knowledge.
Yeah.
We talked about student teaching
Mhm.
and how we do things maybe the same that we did years ago when we student taught and carry that on to our education now. And then when we have student teachers, it's kind of like passing the torch and passing that knowledge.
Right, because like a lot of times you think that so much has changed within like teaching, but at the same time, like those core foundations are still the same. So a lot of those things you can just continue passing down. Awesome, good job. All right, conclusion and key takeaways. So leadership is a journey of continuous growth and development. So by embracing these principles, educators can become effective leaders who inspire and guide students to achieve their full potential. Okay, so a visionary leadership, leaders set the clear direction for the future and inspire others to follow. Effective communication, which we all know is huge, so communicate effectively and build strong relationships with others. You gotta build that relationship before you can move on. Motivating others, inspire and encourage others to work towards the shared goal and continuous growth. Embrace lifelong learning and seek opportunities to improve, because there's always room for improvement. That's it. Thanks,
Thank
Mitch.
you. Take a bow.